This review is on the movie 1BR. I'm the angry guy. I'm going to tell you like it is. I went into this film not knowing anything, and thinking about it now, that was a good thing. They rated the film 1BR as a drama horror thriller. To me, it was more like a psychological terror suspense movie. Director for the film 1BR was David Marmier. As a director and writer, David is known for the films Known for Love and Other States Matter and Texture of Love. The cast in the film was Nicole Bloom as Sarah, a young woman that wanted to experience life by being on her own. Giles Matthew as Brian, a young, friendly guy who was Sarah's neighbor. Taylor Nichols as Jerry, the apartment manager. Alan Bloomfield as Sarah's guilt-filled father who bought her Alexis for forgiveness. Whoa! Celeste Sully as Lisa, Sarah's recent friend at her new job. Susan Davis as Miss Stanhope, as a retired actress from many years ago. Clayton Hoff as Lester, the creepy guy. Ernestine Phillips as Esther, as one of the tenants. And Naomi Grossman as Janice, who has also lived at the apartments. Sarah was living with her stepmom and her overprotective father. Getting older, Sarah realized if she stayed home or lived nearby, her dad would treat her like she was a little girl and he would be in her shit all the time. So Sarah decided to move to Los Angeles and continue her education in the architectural field. Once arriving, she had to find an apartment, so she went about looking into various rentals. As luck would have it, Sarah noticed the word vacancy below the sign, Aliso de Max Apartments. Quickly walking in the residence to find a manager, Sarah found a room with a group of people who signed up for the only apartment that was available. While checking out the room, Sarah noticed several patches of the wall that were freshly painted. Seeing those marks really didn't bother her about the ideal apartment she had just stumbled on, but there was one bothersome rule in the lease: no pets allowed. With a group of people that were there at the open, she thought she didn't have a chance. But to Sarah's surprise, while at work with her new friend Lisa, she was called by the apartment manager and he told her the application she filled out was accepted. She couldn't believe her luck in finding a great apartment in a quiet neighborhood in Los Angeles. While moving, she met her next-door neighbor, who seemed like a nice guy, but he always came out his door when she was passing. After moving in and meeting some of the tenants that evening, Sarah was tired and was ready for bed. Finding a temporary work and having a new apartment on her own, she thought her life was perfect, except for one thing. She heard pipe noises rattling. She heard dripping water and gates closing inside the walls every night. Days passed and Sarah talked to some of the neighbors about the noises. No one seemed to hear them except her, so Sarah passed it off because she was out of her prescription Zoloft. To Sarah, her new neighbors were nice, but a little over too friendly, except for one guy, Lester. He was creepy. One day she found a note on her stove reading, "Some people in an apartment have allergies," which Sarah completely understood. She was a little surprised, but she understood because she did sneak her cat into the apartment. A couple of nights later, though, Sarah was woken by her fire alarm that kept beeping in her apartment. Sarah got up and found something burning inside the stove. Quickly, she opened the oven door and saw her cat on fire. Holy cats. In this film, the photography was clear. For being a low-budget film, they didn't use overly dark shadows to cover up the lack of. The main plot of the story began quickly, and yes, this film followed cult genre. And you think about how people can get swept up in some of the nowadays cults. You could actually believe this film is somewhat believable. Did I enjoy watching this film? Some parts it was like, no, because of the different situations people had to go through. But on the other hand, I didn't turn it off. The film definitely kept my interest. Out of 10, I give this film an A-OK to watch, simply for the fact in what everyone out there is going through right now. Thank you for watching. And thank you for commenting. Stay safe, wash your hands.